Hi, Chris here from Chris Blundell Training, and I'm just doing this video now to talk to you about the Part 3B HGV driving test. Now, this driving test is the most difficult part of the HGV qualification process to pass. Currently, at the moment, it has approximately a 51% pass rate, so it's the one that causes the most problems in the process. So what's going to happen on the day quickly? You'll go to the driving test centre with your driving instructor and a vehicle that's suitable for the HGV test that fits the rules. Okay, the examiner will meet you there. They'll then get in the vehicle. You then go out on the road for approximately 60 minutes, and at the end the examiner will tell you whether you've passed or failed. It's as simple as that. Right, so what happens at the beginning of the test? First of all, it's a license check. They'll check your driving license, okay, and they'll check your Part 3A pass certificate. Now, your Part 3A pass certificate it's the test you would have done to pass your reversing test and uncouple recouple test. So they'll check that. When they're checking your driving license, they'll ask you to sign an iPad just to say that the truck's insured, that you're going to take out on the road, and that you lived in the UK for 185 days within the last 12 months. You just sign on the iPad there, and then once you've signed, the examiner will check your license. They'll check first of all that the signature matches. So they're going to check the signature on your license to the one that you've just signed on the iPad. They're just going to make sure that those match. They'll also check your photograph, make sure that matches as well, and then assuming all that's correct and everything's okay, they'll give your license and 3A certificate back to you, and you need to bring them with you because if you pass, you will need them. Okay, so once all that's done, all the paperwork sorted out, you'll then move on to the show me, tell me questions. So there's 5 questions they're going to ask you, okay, and it's really simple. They're not difficult questions. One question might be how to check, show me how you would check that the horn is working. So you physically do it, you turn the ignition on, press the horn, and obviously the examiner will need to hear the horn. Another sort of question will be, tell me how you would check that the wheel nuts are on securely. So you just tell them what you would do. Or tell me how you would check the windscreen wiper blades. So you tell them it. So it's a case of either physically demonstrating, or a case of verbally explaining how you would check something. So there's 5 of those. If you get any of those wrong, you'll get a minor mark. Okay, so once we've done that, you'll then go out on the road, and you'll be out on the road for approximately 60 minutes. Now, what you should expect to happen on the test is, well, there's a few things. And the first thing I want to talk about is the moving off and stop routine. So you'll be driving along, and the examiner will say to you, okay, please can you pull over on the left in a safe place? And that's what you do. You just pull over on the left in a safe place. You'll obviously have to think about whether it's legal and whether it's safe to do so before pulling over, but that's it. And then they'll say, thank you, drive on when you're ready. So you need to do good all-around checks, make sure there's nobody coming past you, check for a cyclist, things like that. Okay, and you drive on. And you probably should expect to do that about 3, 4, maybe 5 times on the test. One will probably be on a hill, so a hill start. So yeah, be ready for that one. Okay, there's a possible motorway drive on the test. I'm not saying definitely, but possibly. A lot of people aren't expecting that because they don't do it on the car test, but it's something that could happen on the HGV driving test. So make sure that you're ready for that one. And there's independent driving. So the examiner will pull you over and they'll say something along the lines of, okay, we're going to start the independent driving section of the test now. What I would like you to do is follow the signs for Southport. It could be anywhere. They'll say follow the signs for Southport, and that's what you do. It doesn't matter if you go the wrong way, as long as you do it safely. So if you turn left, the examiner wants you to turn right. That's fine, as long as you're doing it correctly for turning right, as long as you're in the correct lane, do the correct mirrors. All that stuff is correct. No problem at all if you go the wrong way. Yeah, when you get back, the examiner will ask you to stop somewhere in the test centre, tell you to switch the engine off, and then they'll say, I'm happy to tell you, I'm pleased to tell you you've passed. I'm sorry to tell you you've not passed on this occasion. Whether you passed or failed, they should do a debrief, tell you what mistakes you've made on the test, and if you've passed, the examiner will take your driving license off you, okay, and they will issue you with a pass certificate. Your pass certificate is your license until your new license arrives in the post. If you failed, they should go through with you what you've done wrong, what you failed on, and you will also get, pass or fail, you will also get a driving test report in an email to you, and it should list what you've done to deserve your fail. Yeah, so that's the test really. I'll kind of like rush through it as best I can because I don't want to waffle on about it too much, but there is a bit more detail to it and there's a bit more to it than that, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But what I want to talk about now, I want to talk about some little tips, some things that are commonly happen on the 3B test. I can't go through every possible fail that may happen on the test, but I can go through ones that in my opinion, I think I see quite a lot of, and you can crop up quite a lot whether the customer passes or the customer fails. Okay, and I want to talk firstly about making progress. Okay, not hesitating. So I just want to give you a quick example. So let's say you're driving along, speed limit's 50 miles an hour, the road is long, wide and straight. There is no reason why you shouldn't be doing 50 miles an hour, but you're doing 30. Okay, if you're consistently doing that throughout the test, not making progress, not getting going, the examiner will eventually fail you for it. He'll put it down as a serious fault. Okay, if you know, and it also goes as well through like stopping unnecessarily, things like that, you know, stopping at a roundabout when it's clear, for example. Just little silly things that, you know, eventually they will become a fail. Yeah, don't make anybody slow down or swerve if they've got priority over you. So if you pull out from a side road onto a main road as a car coming, if you make them slow down, you could be looking at a serious fault for that. So really important that, you know, you don't affect anybody's speed or positioning by your actions. Okay, mirror checks. It's hard to put this down. You know, I can't give you every example, but the way I'll phrase it now, you must do a mirror check before you do anything that affects the speed or the positioning of your vehicle. So if you slow or speed your vehicle up, you should do mirror checks before doing that. If you turn the steering wheel in any direction, you should do appropriate mirror checks before you do that. Really important. Okay. Yeah, faults. Different types of faults on the test. There's driving faults, which used to be known as minors. Now, if you get these, you won't fail the test, but if you get so many, you will eventually fail. So try and keep them down to an absolute minimum if possible. Serious faults. Now, if you get any of these at all, you'll fail the test. Dangerous faults. If you get any of these, you'll fail the test. So yeah, keep them down to well, don't do those. Okay, don't do those at all. Okay, right, that's enough from me. I hope you found this video informative. If you do need any HGV training, or you need to get free HGV test, or any part of the HGV training process you need help with, let me know, give me a shout. My name's Chris Blundell. I can help you out with HGV training. But yeah, before I end this video, I'd like to wish you good luck with your HGV test if you've got it in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.